What's up, everybody? Back to the channel. Just want to kind of make another video, talk about the first round of games. We're in the first round of the playoffs right now, and of course I'm watching my Cavs play, and they play again tonight. Hopefully they'll pick up another win at home. I don't see why they wouldn't. I think they're a better team than the Celtics, but I guess we'll find out. Look out for the Warriors. The Warriors are just good. They're just good. They're tearing everybody up right now. The two teams that I say do not sleep on be the Wizards and the Bucks. I don't know why I'm saying the Wizards. I think they're just better than what they've been playing in the last couple months or so. I just think they're a better team than that. But what's up with the Bucks? The Bucks almost won. I mean, they hung in there for a while. They were playing a really good game against Chicago, in Chicago too. I think possibly they'll be able to maybe pick up probably both games in Milwaukee if they play as tough as they've been playing. But something I wanted to touch on in today's video is I want to touch on flopping. Flopping drives me absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And I guess there's a couple arguments you can make for flopping. Why somebody may support doing it in a game is possibly because it's a game. You are there to win, and if you can flop and get a foul called on the other team and maybe get a couple shots off of that, I understand that reasoning. You'll do anything to get the advantage to make your team win. However, I don't like that. I just don't like that. What drives me nuts is selling a foul is one thing, but when you have these guys, these NBA players, throwing their arms in the air, just flopping all over, hitting the ground when there's barely any contact, that drives me insane. These guys on average are what? Like 6'5", 6'6", on up, 200-some pound professional athletes. You're barely getting touched and you're just throwing your hands everywhere. Just stop that. Stop it. You hear how today's game is not as tough as the game back in like the 80s, 90s, even before that. And I don't know if I agree or disagree with that, but I know where people are coming from. Because I don't necessarily go back and see all these old highlight reels of people flopping, but I see it all the time when I watch these games. Somebody will go to take a shot and they'll, fall back just because somebody barely touched them. It's like, knock it off. You're a professional and an athlete. You would want to, like, if it was me, I'd want to knock in that shot and then just run back on defense. That's just me, man. But there's so many people falling down and hitting the ground. And I remember a couple years ago, I remember watching a game and D Wade he flopped and he ended up getting fined for it. And I think it was D Wade. And what had happened was they fined him $5,000. Well, I went back and I did the math on it, and $5,000 as compared to the contract he was in at the time, I compared that percentage to what I make per year. And for me, it was like me dropping like $6 on the ground or $7 on the ground. I mean, it was absolutely nothing compared to what you make for the entire year for me or for him in his contract. And I'm like, is $5,000 enough? I mean, it's almost worth it. I mean, if you can squeeze out a couple more games during the regular season to edge yourself into the playoffs and stuff, is the payout even more? Would you get more out of it just by taking those hits on those fines? I'm just wondering if instead of getting fined and maybe started getting suspensions and stuff like that. Like, I understand that flopping is hard to prove. It's not necessarily something you can pin down and say, oh, well, he flopped this many times in this game. Like, it's really hard. But the obvious ones, that cause a fine to happen, man, can we please do something about that? Something. Because it's just ridiculous. I can't see why these big giant athletes who just tower above everybody else, professional athletes, are just getting thrown around like they're small children. Stop it. Stop it with the flopping, please. I feel like you're taking away from the game. This is a game where all I do is talk about basketball non-stop. But I don't have a lot of friends that watch basketball. And a lot of the reason why is because of stuff like that. I mean, it's just so fake when the flopping happens, and I hate it. Like, I understand it's part strategy if you want to look at it that way, but how about your strategy be work extremely hard and try to score? That's what I see. I don't know, that's my personal opinion on it. Maybe I'm missing something. If anybody out there can give me better ideas on why flopping benefits this league in ways that I just can't think of, please feel free to share your opinions with me because I'm open to suggestions. However, I don't feel that flopping belongs in this game. I respect a game way more than that. I would hope that the small club of the 400 some players who are in the league respect the game more than that. So just please stop. I know not everybody does it, but it seems like, whenever I see a really bad flop, that's what they concentrate on ESPN or whatever sports shows I'm watching, or the announcers will call it off. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's so prevalent. So please stop with the flopping. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Stop. Just stop. Play hard, win your games, and let's do this. Like I said, it's playoff time. Hopefully we got some good games on tonight. Hopefully my Cavs will pick up that win. If you see anything in the playoffs you're liking, anything you're hating, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video.